don't think this is a good idea, but you think it's gonna go forward.
So we're going to continue with our application, absolutely.
And how do we fight that?
Commissioners.
The County Board of Commissioners.
Be a part of that process the entire time.
So quick question, can you speak, or anybody here from the school board speak to how the local schools are gonna absorb probably 500 students that are probably gonna come out of your development? Because that's where I'm concerned. You know, the elementary school's already full. What's the idea? Is it to build a new school? Is it to redistrict? You know, can anyone speak to that? That I think is what's on the minds of a lot of people here.
Yeah, I can't speak for the school board, but I think there is growth. We're proposing growth. I think that is something they probably, as they see what's coming, they'll start preparing a plan for it.
So you mentioned you have a history of some building schools, so you're probably familiar with the cost of building a school.
Yes.
So the average cost of building a 612 student school in America is $26.5 million. In 8 to 10 years, when you're done with the entire project, we project that you bring in maybe $3 million a year. How does that build a $26.5 million school relatively quickly?
I think that's where you lean on your county financing is if you understand you have tax base, $3 million worth of tax base coming in perpetually, I think it's a matter of making,
So in
if
16
building.
years, you can build a school after you.
I don't think the county builds many schools out of cash. So they usually finance schools.
You get what I'm saying in the stress
Absolutely.
of the neighborhood and bringing in such a large development in an area that's used to being relatively small.
I would argue, I would know if it's been relatively small. Riverstone is 600 units and, you know.
Which is half of what you're building.
That's correct. That's
That's a
correct.
lot smaller.
Yep, and we,
50% smaller.
that's right. And so, again, I'm not here to tell you how to build a school. But I imagine $3 million a year goes a long ways towards education. And again, that's all property taxes. Not that all of that gets earmarked for schools.
Right? Oh, I know.
That-
That makes it even worse when you
You have a question here.
This is reminiscent of the out-of-state timber barons from 100 years ago that came and clear-cut western North Carolina. They left with their millions of dollars, and the local residents had to clean up their mess. The local TV station, WLOS, has a series of presentations on the cost of growth. And they are showing that with the increase in population, taxes go up, they don't go down. A water treatment plant costs millions of dollars. A sewage treatment plant costs tens of millions of dollars. Schools, as we just heard, cost tens of millions of dollars. The traffic, the crime, the EMS, the fire, the police, all of the highways, all of these costs are not borne by the developer. You'll be long gone when we are stuck with a higher tax rate.
That's right,
I don't think anybody here wants this.
that's right.
That's all I have to say.
Amen.
Can you tell us, someone asked me to ask this, can you tell us some examples of other developments that you guys have been the engineers for that are very comparable to this?
So we've probably got 1,500 apartments throughout Buncombe County that's been constructed over the last 3 or 4 years. Apartments have been pretty large, pretty common in Buncombe County, Henderson County. We're starting to see the market actually swing to residential. We've done a handful with Ken throughout his 10 to 15 years. This is a large scale project, so 1,200 units is one of the largest ones we've worked on as a firm. But we've never really had 300 acres to start with as well.
So would Mr. Jackson still be interested in developing this if the apartment equation was taken out of there and we were just looking at townhomes and single-family homes?
I think there's viability for that for sure. That's right. So I think that's something we can consider, but again, we're trying to just look at what we're taking is the most units to the board to be vested.
Your company's, your firm's first development where you've actually done single-family homes as part of it?
Oh, no. We've done a lot of single-family homes.
What of those are
subdivisions.
in this area?
So I'm currently working on 2 in Henderson County, 2 Cummings Code phases. Worked on Cummings Code itself. We've worked on Orange
Brickton.
Brickton is in Fletcher, single-family home product. It's on its second and third phase. I think it's 200 plus units maybe when it's all built out.
Wait, Brickton Village?
Yep.
So that's a part, or condos?
No, the single family adjacent to it. We did Brickton Village itself as well. That's probably 10 years ago.
That's the thing
I've been
talking
So you guys were the engineers for Sycamore Cottages for Windsor?
Yes,
Okay.
and we did, we're doing a farm at Mills River, which is, just in the middle. So 75 lots over there, I think, 80 lots.
So does anyone else have a question? Just let me get around because I want to make sure we're still doing perfect on time. I'll come back.
This is probably a question for you. Is the county planning department, Parks and Rec, looking at opportunities for regional planning connections? For instance, tying into the Green Lake Master Plan, you have connections on the master plan to Fletcher Park, Mills River Park. There's obviously a pretty good amount of that connection that borders this property. So is the county looking at that as a possible condition, and B, are there mechanisms that the county has to put that in as a condition?
So that would be a question for the Board of Commissioners to discuss. That is a condition that they may wish to discuss with the developer as a possibility. Has got answers.
Is TRC including anybody from the rec department?
So I'm not sure if you can answer this, but if you can't, that's fine. If it could be forwarded maybe to someone who could. So I'm a native. I was born and raised in Henderson County. I have lived in Buncombe County. My husband and I decided to settle back in Henderson County. One of the main reasons is because taxes are a lot lower in Henderson County versus Buncombe County. My concern is when I see a huge neighborhood like this come in, I see the city going, oh wow, that's some money for us. We only pay county taxes now. So my concern is, what are the chances of the city coming in and annexing all of this, and now my taxes are going to be doubled?
Yeah, that's, will they put that in the city eventually? Because.
So our municipalities are not allowed to do involuntary annexations. The only way that they could do that would be through a voluntary annexation. So they would have to have the property owner agree to that. So they can't forcibly take them.
Or you, right? Or anybody else?
No municipality can.
On the traffic impact analysis, when will that be available, and will that be available before the next step in the process, the planning board meeting?
Yeah, I think a draft form will be made public before the planning board.
And another question is about the price for the homes and the apartments. Are the apartments rentals or condos?
Yeah, the apartments would be all for rent product.
How much?
Do you have a price range for this?
Not yet. I mean, I think we're, market rate, apartments would be the emphasis of, until we do a market study, understand how much the infrastructure costs. It's hard to set that tone, but I mean, market rate, apartment pricing would be applicable.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch, when was the traffic impact study going to be delivered?
So we'll provide a draft prior to the planning board. And so that means it'll be shared with the DOT by then, waiting on their review, correspondence. Usually there's a couple comments to address from them.
But when?
As access, for us to have access to that, could that be made available to us, PDF format online? So
I think once I submit it to Autumn, it's public record, so she has the right to share.
Okay.
You're doing this thing?
Yeah, so
So it could go any way. It could go the way you want it.
no, my sub-consultant does the study.
But it's on your behalf. And then it could go, you could submit it how you
So-
want it.
So we don't just, as engineer, we're required to look out for public welfare. We don't just make up studies to
No,
go one way or the other, so we can't just make the answer to the question we want to ask. So the part of the process is we do counts. out there. We've already counted 8 intersections of existing traffic volumes. My consultant, and this is my sub-consultant, traffic consultant, he actually provides a distribution of back to DOT before we even done the study of, we think traffic's gonna go this way, entering and leaving. 25%, 30% goes to 25, and 10% goes down Rugby, and so that we break that off, and DOT reviews that first. So that basically takes, that is the rhyme and reason around the study. Once they sign off on that, then we actually do the study, map this traffic wherever it goes based off the trips that our project develops. And then there's DOT thresholds. If storage, if a signal or intersection, intersections operate in a level of service and they get grades, A, B, C, or D. Basically, if it operates below a D, sometimes we have to add a turn lane, add some storage. And so those are part of the process that the traffic consultant does during a traffic impact study.
And do you do it 12 months a year, so you know what it's like 12 months a year?
No.
So what's required by DOT is we do counts while school's in. And then we map out peak hour. So it's like all traffic congestion stuff is driven by peak hour demands. And we do AM and PM peak hour studies, and then we basically look at each and every intersection DOT's asked us to.
So a big concern is the, impact on the educational system, and understanding the developer isn't required to put any sort of efforts towards producing additional schools or means of education. Would the developer, knowing that this is a phased development, would the developer coordinate with Henderson County tightly so that the county would know how many more classrooms they need to produce at certain stages of the development, so that we wouldn't have periods of time where you have schools that are overburdened?
So sure, we have to pull a building permit, and we have to pull permits well in advance before a home gets built. So it's like, to me, a leading indicator is building permits. We pull a building permit, 6 months later there's going to be a home. But I think we're open to. I would like to see the school system at our TRC meeting. If they want to see what's proposed and ask us questions, we want to be part. They should be at the table and part of that process.
Is that TRC meeting?
I think it's coming up.
Open to the public?
I will have to let Autumn
Yes, so
answer
the
that.
TRC is open to the public. It's not generally a format for public comment. It's just staff committee, just to talk with DOT and all the other representatives, building inspections, and just to kind of look at the plans on technical merits. The public comment and consideration really is at the planning board, and then, of course, the board of commissioners, who has the ultimate decision in it. But it is open to anyone who wants to attend.
And how can we all be notified of the dates of those meetings?
So everything will be posted on our website. You just go to hendersoncounty.gov, and you can go to the planning department and see our boards and committee. There's a link to the TRC and to the planning board. Both of those right now we're anticipating will happen in February, unless part of the reason of this meeting is if the developer and the design team decide, based on comments they heard, they want to make adjustments or changes to the plan, then it may get delayed until another month. So that's kind of the purpose, so they have an understanding of what the concerns are about the development.